Hello, welcome to Hope's Instant Kitchen. Today we are making spaghetti in the Instant Pot. And what I love about making spaghetti in the Instant Pot is everything is done right here in the pot. There's no boiling water, cooking your meat separately. Everything is done all in one pot. Now this is totally customizable to you. Some people like to add mushrooms in there, some people do not. The seasonings are optional. You customize them to whatever you like to use. And also for the meat, I'm using 2 packages of ground beef because my husband likes to have more meat in his spaghetti than pasta. But you can use Italian sausage, you could do ground beef, you could do ground turkey, you could do frozen meatballs, you could do homemade meatballs, whatever you prefer. So customize this to how you like it. So the ingredients that we're going to need is whatever meat you're choosing. I'm using, like I said, 2 packages of ground beef. You're going to need spaghetti noodles, mushrooms or onion if you choose. We have some minced garlic here, whatever type of pasta sauce that you like. The optional seasonings, we have salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, parsley, I have some fresh basil here, and a cup of water. So let's get started. For our first step, we're just going to put our meat into our Instant Pot. We're going to come down to our control panel here. We're going to hit the saute button, and it's going to show 30 on the screen. And the pot's going to start to heat up, and you'll hear your meat starting to cook and sizzle. Alright, as you can hear, it is starting to cook. And we're just going to take a spoon and kind of start to break the meat up, and we're going to stir this around. And now what we're going to do, we're going to add in our seasonings. So whatever seasonings you like, just go ahead. I'm adding in some dried parsley here. I'm going to add all of my seasonings in except for my fresh basil and my garlic, my fresh garlic, because I want to wait till the end to add those in. Some garlic powder, and add in as much or as little of your choice of seasonings to the meat. You can go heavier on some, lighter on others, whatever you want to do. And we're going to continue to stir, and as you can see, it's starting to brown. And that's what we want. So drain the grease out of the pot, and then I'm going to return it back into my Instant Pot base. Okay, so I have gone and drained most of the grease out of my ground beef. And if you use a leaner ground beef like 80/20 or leaner than that, you shouldn't have that much grease and should not have to go drain it, but I didn't want that much grease in my spaghetti. So now that our meat is pretty much browned up, we're going to come to our control panel where we have the saute button pushed, and we're going to push the off cancel button. Now from here I'm going to add in some spaghetti sauce. And we're not going to use this whole jar, so add a little bit of sauce and give this a stir. And as you can see, it's a thick mixture here. So what we have to do in order to thin this out, because we have to have liquid in our Instant Pot in order for it to come to pressure, we're going to add some water in here. That's what my cup of water was for. That will help thin everything out. So now, as you can see, we have some actual liquid in here. And that's what we want. When we're looking like this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic. About a half a teaspoon or so of the minced garlic in there. Not much because we already added garlic powder. but you can do that to your liking. And I'm just going to stir that in. And now what we're going to do is add our noodles to the pot. And I'm not going to use my whole package of noodles. I have a 1 pound package. I'm going to use maybe half of that. So what we have to do is take the noodles out, and because they're not going to fit in our pot as they are, we have to take them and break them in half. I take some spaghetti noodles and just snap them in half, and then I'm going to remove my spoon so that you can see how I lay these in here. You want to lay these in here at random, just kind of crisscrossed over each other, just going every kind of direction. That way they don't stick together. So we'll finish breaking up some spaghetti noodles and throwing them in any which way so that they do not clump together. Okay, so once we're looking about like this, just a random mess of noodles in here, we are going to top our noodles with some more sauce. We're just going to add some sauce right on top of our noodles here. Just want to kind of get them covered till you're looking about like that. And then I'm going to add some more Italian seasoning on top just to make it look pretty. I'm also going to add my mushrooms. Mushrooms are totally optional, but we like them, so I'll add my mushrooms in on top here. And then the last thing that I'm going to add is my fresh basil. I'm going to tear it into pieces and add it right on the top. So once we look like this, we're ready to add our lid. And like I said, the fresh basil, mushrooms, completely optional. So we're going to add our lid here. We're going to make sure that our knob is in the center here, or if you're using the Duo model, your knob's going to be towards the back on sealing instead of venting. We're going to come down here to the control panel. It's showing off because we turned the saute function off. We're going to hit our manual or your pressure cook button if you're using the Duo model. And we're going to go down to 8 minutes. So we're going to push the minus button. And that's it. We are done. So I'll see you back here once our 8 minutes has passed. Alright, so now that our 8 minutes has passed and the Instant Pot is beeping, we are going to hit the cancel button. And we're going to go ahead and turn our lever to venting so that we can let the steam out of the Instant Pot. Alright, now our pin has dropped, all the pressure is released out of the pot. We're going to go ahead and remove our lid. And look at that. It is bubbling. Alright, we're going to take our spoon here, give this a stir, getting all of that meat stirred around. The meat that was on the bottom, and it may look a little liquidy to you at first. The longer that it sits, the thicker they'll become. So look at that. That looks wonderful. So now I'm going to serve this onto a plate and show you what we have here. And there you have it. Here. What do you think, Aaliyah? Good? Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.